Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This your boy Warzone Jones coming right at you with a pro wrestling related topic video. And I want to talk about the WWE at a time where I felt like their in-ring product basically sucked. I'm talking about their wrestling matches to be exact. From about 2006 to at least 2011, the WWE in-ring product was so bad it was unwatchable, it was boring. They didn't have the best wrestlers in the world from that long stretch. Again, from about at least 2006 to about 2011, they were lacking talent, and that hurt them. If you wanted to watch real good wrestling, you had to watch either TNA wrestling or ROH wrestling, maybe like New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't watch a whole lot of like New Japan Pro Wrestling, but from what I hear, their in-ring product is pretty damn good. So again, from at least 2006 to at least 2011, they sucked. Now when 2011 hit, their in-ring product got a little bit better. They was getting like better wrestlers. NXT started to start up, but again, they still didn't have the best wrestlers in the world just yet. They just got a little bit much better talent and characters also as well, but not that much more just yet. But in the ruthless aggression era, let's start off right there. About 2006, that era was done, and you could tell wrestling was changing. More particularly the WWE, and they lost a bunch of guys. They lost Stone Cold, they lost The Rock, they also lost Chris Jericho, man, they lost Christian, and about 2007 they lost Kurt Angle, and they also lost Brock Lesnar. So that's a lot of wrestlers and a lot of in-ring talent. Also, like Chris Benoit also as well, he passed away. So they lost a bunch of guys. Thus, their in-ring product suffered because of it. Oh no, I can't forget the legendary Eddie Guerrero. They also lost him also as well. He passed away about 2005. So they lost a lot of real good, not just superstars, but in-ring performers, and that hurt them. Oh God, like their wrestling suffered. It sucked. It really did suck. And but as the years go on, from 2006 and up, they tried to create a couple of wrestlers. Let me get my notes right here. On my notes, I got like some of the wrestlers that they tried to create to help make stars. Was Bobby Lashley. What happened with Bobby Lashley? He went away, and he had potential. Bobby Lashley had the look. He was a pretty damn good wrestler, but eventually went away. I know he has his reason, but I don't want to get into all that. Same thing with Kenny Kennedy, another guy who had a whole lot of potential, pretty good charisma, had star potential to be the next big thing, but eventually goes away. That hurts them. MVP, I liked it. MVP, Montel, Vontavious Porter. This was a different gimmick, especially at that time. Eventually goes away. The Great Khali, oh my God. We all know the Great Khali is probably the worst wrestler in the history of the WWE. Enough said, but no, he sucked too. They definitely shoved him down our throats. And then also, we had John Cena. Excuse my story right there. John Cena at that point in time was also being shoved down our throats. And John Cena at that time, his wrestling ability definitely was nowhere near as good as it is now. And this around time when the you sucks, you can't wrestle. Chance was starting to happen with him from like '06 and up. He might get it every now and then. Now he's a pretty good in-ring performer, definitely. But back then he was just average. He was just average. But back then, like I said, their product sucked so bad in the ring. It was sometimes felt like they didn't even care also as well. So I remember Raw would sometimes have they had a whole 2-hour show, and they would sometimes just have 3 wrestling matches. Why? Because they were just filling it up with promos and segments. And I feel it's because they were lacking talent. They were lacking so much talent. They was lacking so many stars. So they couldn't fill it up like they can now. See, now they got all these real good wrestlers. Now they got the best wrestlers in the world. But back then they couldn't. ECW was an unwatchable, extremely crappy wrestling show. It was like, man, what's the point of me wasting my time to watch this? It's not even good. So when I see stuff like that back then, because I remember like, man, like, I can't watch this. I had to watch TNA. This is around the time when I was really starting to get into TNA. To me, they were the show to watch if you wanted to see real good wrestling, and maybe I'll watch ROH every now and then. But the WWE sucked so bad from at least 2006 to 2011. Their wrestling was very, very unwatchable because they didn't have the best wrestlers in the world like they do now. But this is Wasn't Jones. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. No, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. I'm out. Deuce.